Please, sisters, don't leave me here. I can't survive the rogues alone. She's not our sister, Vera hissed, kicking dirt into the mine shaft. She's a curse. The moon goddess marked her with those freaky silver eyes instead of blessing us. We're alphas, Jade snarled. Born to lead. But A gets the divine mark? An omega? It's disgusting. Ivy laughed, the sound cold and cruel. Let the rogues tear her apart. By sunrise, there won't be enough left to identify. But we're blood. Luna screamed from the darkness below. You were never one of us, Vera said, rolling a boulder over the opening. You stole our destiny. But what they didn't know was this omega carried the moon goddess's true blessing. Their betrayal wouldn't just cost them their sister. It would cost them their fated mate, their pack status, and their very wolves. This decision would shatter 2 kingdoms. Let's go back to where it all began. But before we start this tale of betrayal, redemption, and fated bonds, please subscribe to our page and like this video. Then go ahead and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love knowing which part of the world my pack is howling from. Now let's dive into Luna's story. Enjoy. The full moon hung heavy over Blood Moon Pack territory 18 years ago. Alpha Marcus and his Luna Elena had already been blessed with 3 daughters, Vera, Jade, and Ivy, all born under the Alpha sign. Strong, fierce, destined to lead. But Elena had been praying to the moon goddess for something more. A child touched by divine favor. A child who would unite the packs. That night, as the lunar eclipse painted the moon blood red, Elena went into labor. When the baby girl emerged, the entire pack house fell silent. Her eyes, they glowed pure silver. The mark of the moon goddess herself. She will be called Luna, the pack elder whispered, falling to his knees. The goddess has answered your prayers. But there was one problem. Luna wasn't an alpha. She was an omega, the lowest rank in the pack hierarchy. 3 alpha daughters watched their parents cradle the silver-eyed omega with wonder and reverence. They watched as visiting alphas brought gifts not for them, but for their baby sister. They watched as the moon goddess blessed the weak while ignoring the strong. And in their hearts a poison took root. Jealousy. By the time Luna turned 18, her sister's hatred had grown into something monstrous. They would do anything to erase the blessing they believed should have been theirs. And so they made a plan. It started small. Whispers in the pack about how Luna's silver eyes were unnatural. Rumors that an omega with divine marks was an insult to the moon goddess, not a blessing. Vera was the best at this, planting seeds of doubt with just the right tone of concern. But Luna remained oblivious, her heart too pure to see the rot festering in her own blood. The morning of her 18th birthday, 3 alphas from neighboring packs arrived at the Blood Moon estate. Not for Vera, 23 and unmated. Not for Jade, 21 and desperate. Not even for Ivy, 19 and viciously beautiful. They came for Luna, the moon-blessed omega. They called her, bowing their heads in reverence as they presented gifts of silver and moonstone. Luna blushed, stammering her thanks, unaware of the way Vera's jaw clenched so hard her teeth could crack, unaware of how Jade's nails drew blood from her palms, unaware of Ivy's smile, too wide, too sharp, too wrong. That night, the sisters gathered in Vera's room. It ends tomorrow, Vera said quietly. Will never be chosen while she exists. The rogue territory near the eastern border, Jade suggested. There's an old mining shaft there. Deep. Dark. Ivy grinned. And crawling with ferals who haven't tasted omega in months. The plan was simple. Brutal. Perfect. The next morning Vera found Luna in the garden, brushing her long dark hair. Her silver eyes catching the light like captured stars. Sister, Vera said sweetly, we've been terrible to you. Jealous and small. We want to make it right. Luna's face lit up with hope. It made Ivy want to vomit. There's a rogue problem near the eastern mines, Jade added. Father's sending a patrol. Come with us. Let us fight beside you. Prove we're family. Luna hesitated. For one moment her silver eyes flickered, seeing something. But her desperate need to be loved by her sisters overrode her gift. I'd love that, she whispered. They left at dawn. 4 sisters walking into the forest. Only 3 would return. The mine shaft appeared suddenly. A gaping wound in the earth surrounded by dead trees. The air reeked of decay and old blood. The rogues' nest below, Vera said. We need to check if they're still active. Luna stepped closer to the edge, peering down into absolute darkness. I don't smell anything. Jade's hand slammed into her back. Luna's scream echoed as she fell, her body crashing against jagged rocks before splashing into freezing water at the bottom. Pain exploded through her ribs, her leg, her skull. Above, silhouetted against the sky, 3 faces looked down. Goodbye, little sister, Ivy called. Try not to scream too loud when the rogues find you. They rolled a massive boulder over the opening. Darkness swallowed Luna whole. She tried to stand. Her left leg buckled, broken. Blood ran hot down her face. The water around her was ice, seeping into her bones. Help, she whispered. Then louder. Help. Only silence answered. And then, a growl. Low. Rumbling. Definitely not human. Luna's silver eyes adjusted to the dark. At the far end of the cavern, 2 eyes reflected back at her. Glowing amber. Feral. Massive. The creature moved closer. Each step sent ripples through the water. It was huge. Far larger than any wolf she'd ever seen. Its form was wrong, twisted, caught between man and beast. Matted black fur covered rippling muscle. Claws scraped against stone. Luna pressed herself against the wall, whimpering. The beast stopped 3 feet away. Its massive head tilted, nostrils flaring. Then it spoke. Why does a marked omega smell like death and betrayal? Luna's breath caught. The voice was rough, barely human but undeniably male. And in those glowing eyes, she saw something that made her gift flare to life. Pain. Endless, soul-deep pain. You can talk? She gasped. I can do many things, the beast rumbled, including tear you apart. But the moon goddess's mark stays my claws. So I ask again, why do you smell like you've been murdered by your own blood? Luna's laugh came out broken. Because I was. The beast studied her with those ancient, anguished eyes. Then, without warning, he moved closer, his massive form blocking out what little light remained. Luna should have been terrified, should have screamed, but her gift showed her the truth. I can see your soul through your eyes, she whispered, reaching out with trembling fingers to touch matted fur. You're not a monster. You're cursed. The beast went absolutely still. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, come. If you want to survive the night, you'll need somewhere the rogues won't find you. The beast, Kade, he'd finally told her, lifted her broken body as gently as a pup. His den was deeper in the cavern system, hidden behind a waterfall that muffled all sound. Inside it was surprisingly dry. Furs lined a makeshift bed. Weapons hung on the walls, remnants of the man he used to be. Don't move, he growled, setting her down. Your leg needs to be set or it'll heal wrong. Luna bit down on leather as he snapped the bone back into place. She didn't scream. Couldn't give her sisters the satisfaction, even if they couldn't hear. Days blurred together. Kade hunted, bringing back rabbit and deer. Luna's omega healing was slow but steady. The gash on her head closed. Her ribs stopped screaming with every breath. Why were you cursed? she asked one night, watching firelight dance across his monstrous form. Kade was silent for so long she thought he wouldn't answer. Then, I was Alpha King of Shadowridge. Powerful. Proud. When the moon goddess revealed my fated mate, I rejected her. She was beneath me, I thought. A simple pack wolf, not royalty. His claws scraped against stone. The goddess gave me one chance to accept the bond. I laughed in her face. So she showed me what a true beast looks like, cursed me to wear it on the outside. 5 years I've rotted in this darkness. Your mate, Luna whispered. Dead. Heartbreak from the rejection killed her within a month. His voice cracked. I destroyed the one thing the goddess gave me. Luna reached out, her hand hovering over his massive shoulder. She shouldn't touch him. Shouldn't care. But her gift showed her his soul, shredded with regret, bleeding with remorse. Her fingers sank into his fur. Kade flinched like she burned him. A week later, voices echoed through the upper caverns. Kade's massive head snapped up, a growl rumbling in his chest. Blood Moon Patrol, he snarled. Get back. Stay silent. Luna crept to the edge of the shadows and froze. Through a crack in the rocks she saw them. Vera, Jade, Ivy, along with pack warriors searching the mine shaft. Any sign of rogues? A warrior called. Nothing, Vera said, her voice carrying perfectly. The body's probably been dragged off and devoured by now. We should report back that the area's clear. Luna's hands trembled. They're not hunting rogues, she whispered as Kade pulled her back into the den. They're making sure I'm dead. That night, Kade returned from a hunt with deep gashes across his ribs. Curse pain, he called it. The goddess's reminder of his sins, flaring up without warning. Luna didn't ask permission. She tore strips from her shirt, cleaning the wounds with water. Her touch was gentle, careful. No one's touched me with kindness in 5 years, Kade said quietly, his amber eyes fixed on her face. Then they were fools, Luna replied. Something shifted between them after that. Luna stopped thinking about returning home. What home? Her sisters wanted her dead. Her parents believed their lies. But here in the darkness with a cursed king, she felt safer than she ever had in Blood Moon territory. She began tracing the scars hidden beneath his fur. Marks from battles, from the curse's pain, from 5 years of isolation. Her silver eyes saw every wound on his soul. You should fear me, Kade said one night, his voice rough. I'm the monster who destroyed his own mate bond, who killed his mate through cruelty and pride. Luna cupped his massive face, forcing him to meet her eyes. The moon goddess wouldn't have led me to you if you were beyond saving. She doesn't make mistakes, Kade. Not with me. Not with you. Luna. She kissed him. Right on his monstrous muzzle where fur met fangs, where beast met broken man. Light exploded through the din. Blinding. Pure. Ancient. Luna gasped as power rolled over her in waves. The moon goddess's presence filled the space, warm and terrible and absolute. Kade's form began to shift, bones cracking, fur receding, the curse unraveling like thread from a spool. When the light faded, Luna was staring at a man. No, not just a man. A king. Kade stood before her, powerfully built, devastatingly handsome, with those same amber eyes now set in a human face. Dark hair. Sharp jaw. Tattoos of his pack marks across his chest. And then Luna felt it. Like a golden thread snapping into place between them, wrapping around her heart and pulling tight. The mate bond. You're my second chance, Kade breathed, reaching for her with trembling hands. My true mate. Luna collapsed into his arms, crying and laughing as the bond sang between them, perfect and unbreakable. The moon goddess had given them both a second chance, But Kade's kingdom had waited 5 years for their king to return. Shadowridge was magnificent. Towering walls of dark stone, banners bearing the crescent moon and wolf sigils snapping in the wind. When the gates opened and Kade strode through, human again, powerful, alive, his warriors fell to their knees. "My king," his beta breathed. "The curse. It's broken." "By her," Kade said, pulling Luna forward. She looked small beside him in borrowed clothes, her silver eyes wide. "My true mate. You're Luna Queen." The entire pack bowed. Luna's breath caught. Queen. She'd gone from rejected Omega to Queen in a matter of weeks. Kade spent 3 days preparing her. Royal tutors taught her to stand like a Luna. His beta's mate helped her choose a gown, midnight blue, that made her silver eyes glow like moons. But the most important moment came when Kade clasped a collar of woven silver around her neck. "You're not just my mate," he whispered against her skin. "You're my Luna Queen." And it's time Blood Moon Pack learned what they threw away. They arrived at Blood Moon territory with 50 Shadowridge warriors. Kade rode at the front, Luna beside him, crowned in silver and wrapped in furs that screamed royalty. The pack house doors burst open. Alpha Marcus stumbled out, his face going white. Luna, he gasped. Elena collapsed, hands over her mouth, tears already streaming. "I've come to reclaim what was stolen from me," Kade's voice rang across the courtyard, "and claim what's mine." Then Vera, Jade, and Ivy appeared. Luna watched the color drain from their faces like water from a broken cup. "No," Vera whispered. "You're dead. You're supposed to be dead." "Surprise," Luna said softly. The pack elder pushed through the crowd, his ancient eyes going wide. "Alpha King Kade." His voice shook. "You were promised the alliance, the 3 Alpha daughters." Kade's smile was cold. The moon goddess severed that bond the moment they tried to murder her chosen. He pulled Luna close, his hand possessive on her waist. "I found my true mate in the darkness where her sisters left her to die." Vera lunged forward. "That's a lie. We would never." "The mine shaft on the eastern border," Luna said quietly. "You pushed me, rolled a boulder over the opening, told me to try not to scream when the rogues found me." Her parents' anguished cries echoed across the pack grounds. The Luna ceremony was set for the full moon. 3 days. Blood Moon and Shadowridge would unite under the rule of King Kade and Queen Luna. The sisters were publicly humiliated, stripped of their standing, forced to watch as seamstresses fitted Luna for her coronation gown. On the second night they came to her room. Luna tensed, but Vera's face was streaked with tears. Real ones. "Sister," Vera whispered, falling to her knees. "Please. We were jealous, poisoned by our own pride. We don't deserve forgiveness, but please, let us fix this. Let us prepare you for the ceremony. Give us a chance to be the sisters we should have been." Jade sobbed. "We'll never forgive ourselves. But maybe we can serve you. Help you become the queen you're meant to be." Ivy wouldn't meet her eyes, but she nodded, trembling. Luna's fatal flaw reared up, that desperate need to be loved by her family. Okay. Yes. Kade would have said no. Her instincts screamed danger, but she wanted to believe people could change. They came at midnight. Luna was alone, brushing her hair by the window. "We brought ceremonial oils," Vera said sweetly, "to bless you before the Luna rites." The moment Luna's guard dropped, Ivy began chanting. Old words. Forbidden words. Dark magic that tasted like rot. "What are you?" Power slammed into Luna like a physical blow. The mate bond burned, twisting, fraying. Vera and Jade held her down as Ivy's voice rose higher, her hands weaving symbols in the air that dripped black smoke. "You think you can take our destiny?" Ivy shrieked. We'll sever the bond. Make you nothing. The magic backfired. Ivy froze mid-word, her mouth open in an eternal scream. Gray spread across her skin like frost. Within seconds she was solid stone. But the curse didn't stop. It found new targets. Luna screamed as her silver eyes bled to black. Her wolf surged forward, feral and wrong. No longer gentle Omega but something twisted and monstrous. Vera and Jade collapsed, clutching their chests. No. No, our wolves. Our alphas. Luna felt it. Their wolves being ripped away, shredded by the backlash of their own dark magic. They would live but as nothing. Empty. Powerless Omegas. Luna looked in the mirror and saw a monster staring back. Black eyes. Fangs too long. Claws where her fingers should be. No, she sobbed. Kade can't see me like this. She ran. Crashed through the window and fled into the forest, her mate Bond screaming as Kade roared her name. She didn't stop until she reached the mine shaft where this had all begun. Luna collapsed at the edge, her monstrous claws digging into the earth. Below in that darkness she'd nearly died. Now she'd return to it willingly. Better to disappear than let Kade see what she'd become. But the mate bond pulsed strong, unbroken, and it was getting closer. No, she whispered, her voice distorted and feral. Stay away, Kade. Please. His voice cut through the forest. Luna. She dove into the shaft, sliding down the rocks she'd once been thrown against. The icy water at the bottom welcomed her like an old enemy. Footsteps above. Then his scent, pine and smoke and home. Stay back. Luna screamed, pressing herself against the wall. The bond is poison now. I'll destroy you like your first mate destroyed you. Silence. For one horrible moment she thought he'd left. Then Kade appeared at the opening, silhouetted against the moon. Without hesitation he jumped. He landed in the water with a splash, his amber eyes finding her immediately in the darkness. I found you in darkness once, he said, walking toward her slowly. I'll find you every time. In every lifetime. In every curse. Look at me. Luna sobbed, holding up her clawed hands. I'm a monster. The moon goddess cursed me for forgiving them, for being weak. I see you. Kade's voice was firm. He cupped her face, forcing her to meet his eyes. Not the curse. Not the darkness. You. The woman who saw past my beast form when no one else would. The Omega who became a queen. My mate. Kade, I'll hurt you. He bared his neck. Then hurt me. Mark me. Claim me. I'm yours, Luna. In beast form or broken form or whatever form the universe throws at us. His hands tangled in her hair, pulling her close. His lips crashed against hers, desperate and claiming and absolutely unafraid. Then his fangs sank into her neck. The claiming mark. Luna gasped as the mate bond exploded between them, golden light pouring from where his teeth met her skin. The darkness inside her screamed and shattered like glass. Her black eyes burned, then cleared, silver returning brighter than ever before. Power surged through her. Not dark magic, but the moon goddess's true gift finally unleashed. She could feel every broken bond in the territory, every rejected wolf, every severed connection. And she knew instinctively that she could heal them. When Kade pulled back, Luna's claws had become hands again. Her fangs had receded. She was herself but more. Stronger. Complete. My Luna Queen, Kade whispered, pressing his forehead to hers. They returned to Shadowridge at dawn. Kade's warriors had retrieved the stone statue of Ivy, frozen forever in her moment of hateful magic. Place her at the kingdom entrance, Kade ordered, where everyone who enters can see. A bronze plaque was mounted at the statue's base. Here stands she who tried to break divine bonds. Vera and Jade were dragged before the combined packs. Stripped of their names, their titles, their standing, the pack marks on their shoulders were burned away, replaced with the Omega symbol, the ultimate irony. You will serve Blood Moon pack as Omegas, Luna pronounced, her voice ringing with authority. Every day you will pass your sister's statue and remember, jealousy doesn't elevate you. It buries you alive. Marcus and Elena were given rooms in the palace. Her father couldn't look at her without crying. Her mother couldn't stop apologizing. Luna forgave them, but she didn't forget. Her first act as Luna Queen was to establish a sanctuary for rejected Omegas and wolves with broken bonds. Using her gift, she helped them find second chances, healed connections the moon goddess wanted restored. The coronation was magnificent. Luna stood before thousands, crowned in silver and moonstone, Kade's mark proud on her neck. I was buried as an Omega, she said, her voice carrying across the gathered packs. I rose as a Luna. My sisters thought rank defined worth. They were wrong. Your heart defines you. Your choices. Your capacity for love and redemption. She looked at Kade, who watched her like she hung the moon. I found my mate in the darkness. He found his redemption in me. Together we'll build a kingdom where every wolf, Alpha, Beta, Omega, is valued for who they are, not what they were born as. The crowd erupted in howls. Years later, wolves still spoke of the Luna Queen with silver eyes who could mend broken bonds with a touch. Of the Alpha King who'd been a beast until an Omega's love saved him. And every wolf who passed through Shadowridge saw the Stone Sister at the gates and learned the truth. Jealousy buries you alive. Love resurrects you as something greater. The moon goddess always keeps her promises, always rewards the worthy, and always punishes those who try to destroy what she's blessed. Luna's story became legend, a reminder that true strength isn't measured in rank, but in the courage to love when the world tells you you're unworthy. And in the end, the Omega became queen, the beast became king, and the jealous became nothing but stone and warnings. Thank you so much for staying with Luna's journey from beginning to end. I hope her story touched your heart the way it touched mine while bringing it to life for you. Now I need to know, what did you think? Did the sisters get what they deserved? Or were you hoping for something even more dramatic? Would you have forgiven them if you were Luna? And be honest, did you see the twist coming about Kade being the sisters' original fated mate? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and I love hearing what resonates with you. Also, tell me where in the world you're watching from. Are you Team Luna from Tokyo? Howling for Kade from Kansas? Cheering from somewhere I can't even pronounce? Comment your location. I'm building a global pack here and I want to know where my wolves are scattered across the map. And listen, if you've made it this far all the way to the end and you still haven't hit that subscribe button, what are we even doing here? You clearly love these stories. You're invested. You stayed for the whole journey. The subscribe button is literally right there staring at you waiting. Takes half a second. One click. That's it. Plus, I've got more alpha romance stories coming that are even more intense than this one. Your pack is waiting. Don't be the lone wolf who misses out. See you in the next video. Bye.